Hey gang, welcome back to Film Director Reacts, and today by request, by many requests, we have Red Velvet's Dum Dum and quick Netflix update. So the guy at Netflix got back to me and he actually wants to read one of my scripts, so I sent it out to him. So for those of you who don't know, I made a community post that Netflix had asked for some log lines for me. These are for the specifically feature division. You know, they have many divisions, series, features, and all those are split up into categories like genres. So I sent over some log lines. Wasn't really exactly sure what they're looking for. And if you don't know what a log line is, what a log line is basically a couple sentences, a summary based on what your project is. So someone can just kind of scan through your log lines and be nope, nope, yes, yes, nope, 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 and then see what they might be interested in. So he got back to me and he's interested in reading one of my scripts for a feature film. So I sent that over. He said give him a couple weeks. So we'll see what happens. These are really a lot of steps in the process. If you're interested, maybe one of these days I'll do a video talking about how you get things to places, how you get submissions places. But you know, first you have to know the people, and they have to like you, and then they have to ask for something, they have to read it, and they have to like it. And here's the thing, and this is the God's honest truth. Everybody is so different in development in terms of what they like. You could have 9 people love something and then the one person you want to send it to hates it. And you have to just be like, okay, all right, that's fine. Because, you know, everything is so objective or subjective to that person. Really, you have to sell the person maybe more than you sell the project, because you have to know what that person likes and what they're going for. Because again, I mean, you put your life on the line and put all this effort into writing or creating something, and then a whole bunch of people can love it, and the one person you want to like it doesn't like it. It doesn't mean it's bad, although it could mean that you need to make changes. It just means that everyone has their own opinion, and everyone having their own opinion, you just need the person who has the opinion that they like it to be the person who can actually do something for you. So it's a lot involved, guys, but I want to give you an update on that. So wish me luck. Thank you so much. But let's get on to Red Velvet's Dum Dum. Okay, gang, quick disclaimer. Number 1, these videos are not your everyday reaction videos. Instead, we are breaking videos down and dissecting them from a film director's point of view. So there will be frequent stops to dissect shots and production. Number 2, because of YouTube copyright claims, some of these videos might have short skips. Number 3, often this is my first watch, I will definitely miss things. I encourage you to comment below on things I missed or interesting things about production. And number 4, if you like this content, please subscribe. Okay, back to the video. And here we go, and action. Okay. So it doesn't mean that you're dumb, like you're smart, you're dumb. It means it's just like a dumb. It's just saying dumb like a phonation on notes. Let's go back a little bit. So this is very peppy. I'm waiting for someone to die now. Right off the bat, amazing vocals. Awesome. I love this two-tone thing here. Super good. And I just love the aesthetic of this. Like, everything's very retro. You see, like, this probably, I don't know what that is. Very retro looking. Bird's eye shot, love it. An old reel-to-reel, love it. And I love how, like, you know, these transitions, because there's circle for this pressure gauge, and then goes to the reel-to-reels, a lot of good transitions. Looks cool. They changed that, yeah, all right. High contrast, but only high contrast. It's high contrast upstairs, then it's high contrast downstairs. Ah, cool, and this orange color, this is really good. This is good production design, because this orange color matches this, and it matches her shirt in the background. This is good production design, and look, it matches her. So this is where you have production design, work with wardrobe, everything kind of fits together. It's very good. Just looking, that's so good because these things are different. This is different. So it's not just a mirror shot because like you have the shoe in the foreground, which isn't mirrored. It's actually, but this is a mirrored shot in the background. And these are mirrored here. So I wonder how they did that. They might have green screened her and keyed her out and then mirrored her and put her in this because like this isn't mirrored and the shoe isn't mirrored. And this, I think it's a lipstick, isn't mirrored. Jib. More mirrored shots. Yeah, this is cool. Like all these green screen pop-ins. And it's a very, it's meant to look like that. It's not supposed to try to hide that. Yeah, it's very intentional. This is a lot cuter than I expected. Well, it's not cuter than I expected because they usually start cute, then they get terrible. Yeah, good production design. This red in the background with these red bows, and they're wearing red wristbands. Good stuff. Is that Irene? I didn't think she was the rapper. Maybe she is the rapper. Everything's so retro, man. So again, high contrast, you know, they're using just a blank back and then she's really standing and popping out from it. Great. All the cloning. Yeah, all the cloning going on here. Super good. There's a lot of... So this is called insert. It's a macro with a macro lens. It's very close to that. And you need a macro lens because remember we talked around before about like when the lens is too close to your face, it creates distortion. So if you use like a 50 and you put it close to somebody's face, it causes distortion. But if you use a macro lens, you can put it close and there's no distortion. That's why there's such a thing as macro lenses. So if you want to get close, you need to use a macro lens. All these close-up inserts. There's a ton of cloning in this. What? I'm just waiting for people to die though. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting for the coin to flip and then all these clones to get their heads knocked. All the cloning. This is good. So what they did is it was right on the beat. And so we're used to seeing this, right? We've seen this before, but then, you know, you need to elevate stuff. And so the next dance scene takes place sort of in that factory. We haven't seen them dance in that factory before. So what they're doing is they're creating another set right on the beat to create elevation or more tension or more interest. You actually add elements. So remember, as you go along, you want to add elements to continue the interest, because what happens, you just kind of flatline. You get used to what you're seeing, and then after a while you get bored. So to keep up your interest, you always need to continue to add elements, and they added right on the beat, I think. Good. Okay, so Red Velvet, whoever directs Red Velvet, they're the king or queen of all these forced perspective shots. They always take pictures through things, and they always take there's things in the extreme foreground. That's one thing I've noticed about Red Velvet videos. They're all like that. And oh, this is such good framing. She's not right in the middle. Hey. Should turn on these captions. Maybe it'll tell me something what's going on. Where are you? Are there captions? I don't think there are captions on this. Okay. Good bird's eye shot. There's so many inserts. An insert is when you literally insert a shot into a scene. A lot of circles going on. I just love this. It's very, you know, Stepford Wives, Smallville, you know, everything's kind of the same. It's cookie cutter. Is this all the same girl? Yeah, these are all clones, all cloning. So how you do that is you actually, is this camera moving? Oh, that's even harder. Okay. A lot of times when you do cloning, you just keep the camera stationary and then you just take a bunch of shots of the same person. And then you just overlap them on top of each other and you keep the camera stationary in order to not have, the background be all messed up. So what has to be done in this case is it's probably on a slider and it's just timed. And so the slider is pushing in slowly, but it's on a definitive time. So every time you use this shot, it's the background looks exactly the same, because if the background's messed up at all for all these different clones, it's going to be obvious and look terrible. So everything has to be on a timer in order to do this. It's so funny. These are such retro effects, but they use them so well because they're done in a very quirky way. They do these so well though. You know why these work so well? It's because of all the different angles and all the different sizes, and they're all moving slightly, right? Oops, let's check it out. Yeah, they're all rotating. What's that honey have to do with anything? Okay, is it getting dark? Are they gonna kill people? Yeah, these work so well. I mean, this is such an easy thing to do. I mean, you just green screen people and just overlay the layers and stuff. And, but it's such a retro vibe that it totally works. Wait a minute, that was total change up here. Hold on a second. You know what I like about this is that they went from using the same girl all the time, now they're using different girls. We haven't seen the yellow background before. This is just so creative and so different. So this is done with a either a jib arm or a crane arm. It depends how big the studio is, because you see they're going over stuff. And so when you go over tables or something that's a rocky terrain, obviously there's not a vehicle that's moving forward over those things. So there has to be a jib arm to the side or a crane arm to the side that's like sliding over across it that way. So it's probably over to the right or over to the left somewhere. Well, it must be over to the right because it looks like it's a wall. Obviously this is set. More mirror shots. This is such a good shot. I love this. This is super slow-mo. This is probably taken, I'd say it's probably at maybe 240 frames per second. Yeah, maybe 240. It's an awesome shot. See, they do a really good job of keeping the interest and just adding new elements and stuff. Kind of curious what the lyrics say. Has anything to do with this at all? Yeah, guys, Dum Dum by Red Velvet. Don't know what the song was about. I couldn't find the lyrics, but I can tell you that, man, it was so bright and retro, because you could have done like a bright, cute concept, and have it not be as interesting as that. So they took a lot of time. There was a ton of shots. Like even all those composited shots where they had like 2 or 3 or 4 of somebody in one shot. Well, you had to take all those shots, and you probably took several takes of all those shots, and that only lasted a couple seconds. So to take that one shot, there was like several takes of like 5 shots. It could have taken like hours just to get a couple seconds for those things because of all the compositing. There was a ton of compositing in this done in post-production, but the director ahead of time knew what they wanted, and they all talked together, and so they all got all the shots so they could all fit together correctly. This is a masterclass in just compositing. It was done so well with all the cloning that was done. Amazing editing, and again, with production design, like everyone talked to each other, like everything worked together compositionally as a whole. There can be problems when you have somebody who, like your art department doesn't talk to your wardrobe department, you know, or things, they don't match each other and it doesn't line up, but it all worked. So my only disappointment with this is that no one was secretly trying to be murdered. That was my only gripe. Anyways, man, Red Velvet, you come up with such interesting stuff for Dum Dum, which doesn't mean, you know, I'm not Dum Dum and neither are you. That is a wrap.